He likes to claim he was why drop bars, came to Leadville. But I feel like I kind of did it first. I just didn't race him that first year. And then, I made him cooler. But no, I think, I don't know, like I meant, like Payson said, like I was kind of the one saying we should get rid of him because it just like, it's harder for everyone. And I feel like Dale will just be sad because it's like less content, less YouTube things to talk about.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bonk Babes podcast. This week we have a very exciting guest. It is none other than Keegan Swenson. A lot of you guys know Keegan, obviously. He's on the podcast to talk about his plans this year, racing with Specialized, his teammates, all that jazz. And then we talked a little bit about this past year and some of his goals for next year and that type of stuff. So thanks for listening and thanks for watching. And one of our sponsors of this podcast is Bike Tires Direct. So if you know Bike Tires Direct, they sell just about anything that you could need online, from tri-slide to bike components and all of that stuff. So if you need anything from Bike Tires Direct, well, obviously they have tires too, but you can use code Bonk Babes in all caps for a discount on your purchase. And so go to Bike Tires Direct and use that discount and support the podcast. So that's about it, and enjoy this episode with Keegan. Thanks for listening.
Hey. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bonk Babes. We did actually miss an episode last week, but I think we've made up for it this week because we've got a very special guest. Welcome to the podcast, Keegan Swenson.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's good to have you here. Thank you. I think before we talk about the big move, and I mean, whoever hasn't seen that Keegan's moved to Specialized, then they need to keep up with social media.
Or just are watching on YouTube to see his hat and shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Exactly. Let's kind of talk about your career. And I think the biggest thing for me is obviously you raced mountain bikes since you were 12 years old and everything, but so many of my friends back home say to me, why did Keegan never go world tour on the road? Why? Talk to us a bit about your career progression and how you ended up where you are now in the full off-road scene. Yeah,
I mean, like you mentioned, I raced mountain bikes the majority of my career, junior World Cups and then U23, and then spent a bunch of years racing the Elite World Cups, chasing going to the Olympics and UCI points and all that stuff. And then in 2021, I was kind of making the last push for that Olympic team, and then had a couple of bad races in Europe, missed that, and then I was kind of just was over it and decided to try something new, and went and raced Leadville and did some stage racing and did I can't remember what gravel races I did that year. Maybe it was just BWR, Utah or something. I did do California that year too. Started racing a bit more marathon stuff and gravel and whatnot, and kind of liked it. It was nice to, have some change and have myself to be pretty good at it. Found some success, and then kind of just went, all into it from there. And that's then the Lifetime Series came about the following year, I think in 2022. So it all just kind of fell into place, I guess, and worked out. And then, here we are now. I'm basically just a gravel racer that occasionally races mountain bikes. But there was some thoughts and ambitions of racing on the road. I mean, I did go to the Elite Road World Championships in, was that 2022? I did that. And then, had some entertained some offers. We talked to some road teams and just nothing really worked out the way that I wanted it to. I do enjoy being home and having the schedule I have and not having to constantly be traveling around the globe. I still travel a fair bit, but nothing quite worked out the way I wanted it. So I was I'll just keep doing what we're doing and try and build a better program over here. And a few years later, now I'm teammates with Sophia and on Specialized, and it's kind of
you're dating your
wild ride.
You're married to your coworker. How does that feel?
Yeah. Did you have to sign some papers?
Some HR stuff. No, it's funny. We were actually teammates a few years ago for 2 years on Pivot.
Cool.
So I raced for Pivot for a couple of seasons before going to Santa Cruz, and we were teammates there. for 2 years, I believe. So we had kind of, done it, and it was fine. There was no issues, no problems. So we both come a long ways and kind of have our established careers now, whatever else. So but it's nice being teammates now. It simplifies life a lot. And Sophia's got it all figured out. I'm just along for the ride. So
she's so on it. But I think that like shows the progression of cycling in general as well, seeing the opportunities that are coming out there on the off-road scene. Because I mean, you look at gravel a few years ago, like none of this really existed. It's really in the last couple of years you're seeing this bloom of teams and everything. But I mean, for you, how early did this conversation come up with Specialized? Was it like throughout, like early this year, or because you were with obviously Hit Squad for a couple of years, and did you know that was going to come to an end quite early?
Yeah. Can't remember exactly when we found out that they weren't going to continue Hit Squad. It was kind of, various reasons. But yeah, I mean, I ended up, Sophia kind of had the idea of like me going to Specialized in like, man, it would have been like May or June, sometime around then. Cause that's when like, I was trying to sort out what I was going to do, stay with Santa Cruz or go privateer or Specialized. And she had this idea, and it like, I was like, I don't know if they like, really need me. They already have Matt, and they already had kind of their thing going. But then we, kind of, figured out thought it could work, and they were into it, and kind of put all the pieces together. So it was a bit of a project to like make it all work. But yeah, thankfully it all did, and everyone was excited about it. So
was that really like the first time you kind of considered jumping over Specialized, or was that kind of always in the conversation, even if it was just like bouncing ideas off with Sophia or being like, hey, this would be really cool or convenient? Or was it truly like you felt really established in your own path and direction, and like, I could start my own team, or I could be a privateer, and kind of collection of all these individual sponsorships? Or was Specialized always like in the back of your mind just because it makes sense, right? They're one
like
of
that
the
meme that Sophia made.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like it was like, I mean, because I was piecing together like various different options and programs, and like in the end, I like kind of realized I didn't want to do that. Like I didn't want to be a privateer. I didn't want to run my own team. I didn't want to like be in charge of all that stuff. Like I can hardly take care of myself as it is, So I was like, I just want to have like that team is our team is so dialed, and there's so much structure, totally. And then I was able to just kind of like plug in, and I kind of knew. I'm already friends with Matt, and I'm friends with Brad, and kind of knew the structure of the team as well. So I didn't feel like for me it was like this big like foreign change. It was kind of just like I already knew what it was like and kind of what it was going to be. So for me it just made sense, and it was the right place to go.
Like pre Specialized, obviously Matt was on Specialized, and that's Sophia's teammate. Like, would you and Sophia, would you still have I mean, I know you and Matt still sometimes work together, I suppose you could say, maybe at Levi's or something, but would you would Sophia share insights about if she went and did a recon before your team did or something?
Yeah, no, I mean, you say like Matt and I are like good friends, and like there's some situations where it was like beneficial to both of us to ride together, and like, or at least not really raced against each other, because it felt like there was a lot of races where we were two of the most marked riders. So if we kind of like in a way at least like kind of knew what each other was going to do, and then in the end we would race. But so I think they may actually being able to be teammates with them now is pretty cool. Feel like actually put it all together.
Yeah.
But no, there was never like any weird like hiding or secret stuff, I guess,
Yeah. That's what they all say.
Yeah. Maybe she was withholding information. I don't know.
You're going to find out all this stuff before a race now and be like, wait, what? But I mean, let's talk about like you and your two teammates, obviously Matt Beers and Matt Schmidt. Like, you three are three of the strong, obviously you're all on Specialized, that's why, because you're three of the strongest, most amazing off-road riders. But and obviously I think you're seeing gravel, a lot more teamwork stuff going on, but how do you think it's going to work with like, I don't know, say Unbound? All three of you, I'd say, are probably capable of winning Unbound. So is it a case where you'll put in your A races, or is it going to be like in the race moment? If someone's in a breakaway, then you play it kind of situation.
I think it'll be a bit of both,
Yeah.
Depending on the race. Like, because when a race like Unbound, it's like you said, we're all capable of winning it.
Yeah.
But also there's like so many variables there of like flats and crashes and mechanicals and like so much stuff that like if you're going to put all the eggs into like, oh, we're all going to ride for Mads and we're going to like make sure he wins it, like, or they're all going to ride for me or whatever. It just like, and then one thing goes wrong and it can derail it. So it's like, there's certain races where it's not going to be like traditional tactics. I feel like we're going to have to find a certain way to do it. Of course there's the breakaway thing and there's like, if we're together at the finish and there's a group, like, you can counterattack, whatever. But I think it's like going to be a bit of both. I think there's going to be some races where it's like, maybe there's a planned winner, or, a plan A and a plan B, or I don't know. But it's like kind of a new thing for gravel racing and kind of a new thing for us too. But I'm quite excited by it, to be able to have a team, because it's like whether I'm like the one winning the race or someone else's, if I played a part in it, then to me that's cool. So
yeah, because I don't know about you, but like I feel like there are so many teams in gravel at the moment, but I wouldn't necessarily they're working like Panama or I don't know. Canyon, maybe.
They're a team when it's convenient to be, and they're not a team when it's
exactly.
When they don't want to be.
Dang,
so.
T.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to be your Tobin?
I mean, hopefully Matt and I and Mads are taking turns being the Tobin,
Yeah. Are you excited to be a Tobin?
Yeah, it'll be nice sometimes to not always have all the pressure, I think,
Yeah.
But, Tobin is irreplaceable in his own right. So no one's going to be the Tobin. He is his own.
Well, I told Sophia that I'll be her female Tobin at Unbound.
Yeah. Hope you're ready to give her both her wheels.
Yeah, we'll
still waiting for the call
both
up.
your wheels. Yeah.
That was good. And what do you think, like, what have you noticed so far with Specialized? I mean, obviously I listened to the Specialized podcast. I mean, listening to the equipment and everything is pretty depressing for for a lot of us, to be honest. But what's the biggest change you've already noticed? Just everything, I suppose you're just maximizing performance on everything. You have access to all that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, equipment's a big thing. Like for me, I love like before I was talking to all the different sponsors and trying to piece things together to make them work. Whereas with Specialized, everything is under one roof. So it's easier to get everyone at one room and you can figure out which tires go with what wheel and, like different parts of the bike that are made to like work as one. Whereas like, you're not trying to get different people from different brands in one room to talk about like aerodynamics and the way the tire is shaped to a rim and like all this weird, like nitpicky things. It's just like, it all just fits together and they already communicate. So I think that's cool for me because I'm like, kind of a nerd when it comes to tires and wheels and all that stuff. So to have like all those resources right there is cool. And then like, things like the wind tunnel and retool and just like having access to all that stuff has been very, very cool and quite helpful. Even just like preseason, getting all those like small things ironed out. And then just the support from the brand to race gravel is cool. Like they're just so invested in like having a proper gravel program and like giving us the support we need. So
yeah. So you're pretty matching. I saw you change to the tan walls on your bike recently, didn't you?
I got a big nail in one of my tires. I was like, well, I got to switch to tan walls because I can't have one of each. So
oh my gosh, I'll run the mismatch till the wheels fall off.
I won't do it. So and I want to try the 45s anyway, and those are 45s. So I was like, oh well, we'll give those a whirl. But
oh yeah, wait. So what was Sea Otter? You won on 45s, right?
I did, yeah.
And also, because when I was at the finish line and I saw you throw up, I literally was like, those pictures were so iconic. Those were just
that was rough.
But
poor timing. Good timing, I guess, but poor timing also. I was trying so hard to not.
Yeah, you scarred me. I'm so scared to throw up. So I was like, oh my God, I have to leave. And everyone was like, that's epic. And I was like, that's disgusting.
Luckily it was mostly just water. Yeah. So.
But what was your choice to race on 45s? Because when I was pre-riding the course, I feel like it was loose in the descents and the turns. But like I'm a little baby when it comes to descents and turns. And Dylan had on like 2.2s. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little slippery for sure in some of the corners, but like that race is kind of won or lost on that climb, So I was just kind of maximizing like weight and rolling resistance for that one section. There's also a fair bit of pavement, like on the backside. So like the 2.2 or whatever is roll. In theory, it does roll faster and it is a better tire in some places. But for the way that like I raced that race, like I feel like I need to go all in for that climb. I also wasn't quite sure like how my fitness was coming off a pretty bad epic. So I was kind of like, that was a bit of a question mark. So I kind of just wanted to like have the widest setup I could possibly have. So that was what I was going for.
Yeah, that was I was going to actually talk about epic because you've done that a few times, and I believe you're going back with Matt this year, right? How did you feel the pressure quite a lot going into Sea Otter? Because I mean, we know what everyone's like. Everyone tries to judge you by their last performance, and or like how did you mentally go into Sea Otter after? Because you had a bad back, right? At Cape last year?
Yeah, it was a lot of things. Bad legs, bad back.
Yeah.
Everything was just bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like there was like some pressure, but also I felt like there wasn't a ton. So I was like, well, it was already so bad. Like it can't really get much worse, So, and then had a couple of good training rides and I told Sophia, I was like, I think I can still win. Like, I don't know. I think I can still do it. Like it's that race isn't that long and whatever else. So kind of just like was trying to be a little bit smarter than normal and fight a little bit and was able to pull it off, which was nice because did feel like there was some pressure after like really really missing epic to perform. And I was like, oh, it's also a contract year and I don't know, lots of factors, so
so you're going back for redemption this year with Matt as actual teammates, official
actual teammates now too. So hopefully I got all my stuff figured out and we'll give her another go.
How many times have you done it now?
That was my third time.
Because you did it with Lockie, right?
Yeah, I did it with Maxime Marat. He's a XCO racer from France. And then I did it with Lockie the second time. So
all in this time.
Yeah.
I think Wally needs another teddy, so you got to go and get him one.
Yeah, he needs more cheetahs. And Sophia's not going to be there to pick up the slack. So.
Any other changes to your calendar this year? Or any changes at all to your calendar? Is it pretty traditional or anything new that you're looking for?
Kind of starts the same with Epic, Sea Otter. I'll do Levi's Grand Fondo again. I'm going to go to Traca this year, so that's kind of the big change. Yeah, so I'll go to Traca after Levi's and then come back and do Unbound. And then do Marathon Worlds again.
Oh, cool.
And yeah,
which Traca?
Similar schedule. The 200.
Oh, nice.
So
and Matt,
I was originally
Matt going back as well?
Yeah, he's planning on going. Like I wanted to do the longer one, but then I didn't realize the longer one was on Friday, and with like Levi's being that weekend before having to travel, just like that extra day, it was getting a little bit tight. So
wait, so you're gonna do 4 races back to back? Is it Sea Otter then Levi's?
Maybe 3. Weekend? I think there's. I don't know. Maybe it's just 3 back to back. Maybe there's a weekend off. I can't remember.
Gosh, I don't know how you guys.
But Sea Otter's on a Thursday, so it's not really even. You get like a full 10 days or whatever for Levi's. So
yeah.
The Levi's and Tracker is so tight. The turnaround.
Yeah, it worked out well for Sophia last year, so I figure there's and Matt. They both had good rides, so hopeful that if it worked for them, we can make it work.
Have you been over to Girona before?
No, never been in Girona. Raced in Spain a few times, but never been in Girona.
Yeah.
So
wow,
amazing.
I know.
So you're
going over to Danny's side of the world.
You'll like it over there. Although right now it's an absolute shit show, to be honest.
Hopefully it's done with that
because you're coming to Santa Vi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trails they're having to change the course at the minute because like the trails are just because it's just like sand, so it just disappears and it's eroded everywhere. So I mean, everyone that reconned it probably need to recon it again.
Yeah.
Because it's totally changed. So with, obviously you're in Lifetime again, but with all these other goals, so you said mountain bike, you're going back to try and retain the jersey, and will you go and do the UCI Gravel Worlds as well? Because that's obviously in Australia, but
Yeah, kind of tentatively planning on it right now. So to kind of see how the season shakes out, see how the series is going. But yeah, I would like to go.
Because that's like, it clashes with Little Sugar, right?
Yeah, it does, which is unfortunate. So that would have to be just the drop race. But I see how things are going, how the body's feeling. But yeah, I'd like to go give that one a go because I think it looks like a good course and Australia is cool. So do that and then come back and do Big Sugar the following weekend.
Oof. That is big travel
from Australia.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you're gonna have to take like laps on the walking laps on the plane and wear compression socks like Danny.
Yeah, or just sleep.
I was gonna say. So I actually my jet lag has been terrible, but on the plane over, this couple said they couldn't stop. They were like getting annoyed because I just slept the whole way, and I had a mask on and my eye mask and like a blanket over me. So they're like, you just did not move.
Gone.
Yeah, it's the best way. And then I slept great 2 nights, and then it was pretty awful. But that's just traveling. How do you like manage all the travel, and do you try and plan it in advance, like quite far in advance with the racing and travel and stuff, I suppose, or do the team and Sophia do that for you now?
Mostly Sophia's always kind of done it for me. She's like always kind of helped with like coordinating. She goes, you should probably book those flights soon. Like you're leaving in a few weeks or whatever. I kind of have a hard time looking like that far ahead. Like right now I'm just like through Cape Epic, it's like a couple months at a time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just it's good to kind of have, the team and Sophia help manage that, make sure things are flights are booked and whatever else. But yeah, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a plan, but I also don't like thinking too far ahead, otherwise I get overwhelmed. So
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like all boys get overwhelmed, like with anything
that involves thinking.
Yeah, like anything that involves thinking. Yes, exactly. I wasn't going to say it, but
unless it's like bike race thinking, But if it's logistics, it's not.
Yeah, like you think that you'll just figure it out when
you kind of can. Sometimes you're like, oh, now this flight is full, or this flight now is like not available or whatever. So
I do have to say though, I think I'm maybe a bit like that. Like I definitely, I just have to take each race as it comes. And like, I mean, before the Lauf Gravel Worlds last year, I think I booked my flight a week out because I was just like, and then I was like, shit, it's now double the price. I better get some prize money.
It's also not bad though. It's good motivation.
Exactly.
To like make some prize money or.
That's the tip of the day is book your flights late so you're more inclined to win the prize money.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about, I suppose, the peloton and people in them. And I mean, I've just spent the week with Cam Jones, who's like an absolute monster. And obviously you were up against him last year, battling for that win overall. Do you think these wild cards will be like looked at a bit more seriously in the Lifetime, or because I feel like maybe Cam Jones was underestimated a little bit, or you might not have, but maybe others did.
No, didn't you say that podcast?
Yeah,
you were like Cam Jones should have been in Lifetime referee.
Yeah, he never should have been a wild card to begin with. I feel like I even told Lifetime that you just put him in anyway. He's a wild card.
The story.
Yeah, I mean, he also did. Like he had decent results enough over here that I figured they would just let him in. But I mean, I don't know. I think it depends. Like I feel like all the men were pretty good at like knowing who the rider is. Like if there's a wild card rider who is like has potential to win races or to be like a threat to the overall, like you know that. So like I feel like there's a good handful of us that knew how good Cam was, and then there was probably some that other didn't know or just didn't think he would be. But so I think it's very dependent. Like there's definitely wild cards that like aren't a threat, and definitely there's some that could be, and it just really depends on the racer and what their background is. Cam wasn't a gravel racer. Like he'd done some races. I raced him at Downeyville and a few other races. Like I knew he'd be good.
Yeah. I think he on the final descent shook Alexi up out here on that rattle gravel. It's like Alexi was like, it's not even a technical descent, but he just like rode this descent so crazy. He's
he'll push. And Alexi's not afraid to admit that he's not the best at going downhill. He has improved a lot. He's almost a mountain biker now, but Cam will push.
When does Alexi get that label from you as a mountain biker? What's he got to do?
I mean, I've already like claimed him as one because he raced mountain bikes before he started racing gravel, because there was like this small period of him racing mountain bikes after he was world tour. So I consider him a more mountain biker than a lot of these other guys. He's actually quite good on it. He says he's not, but he's pretty decent, for someone who didn't race mountain bikes much when he was younger. So
are you guys going to do that podcast again / video this next year?
The cool down. Yeah, that was very cool.
Yeah. We might even do some remote ones since we're not going to be together till Sea Otter. So we'll see. It's kind of a loose program, You got just the two of us. I just show up where he's like, let's do a podcast. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, how do you guys not die? Like right after you're doing a race? Like right after
it's kind of the best time to do it though. Yeah, like it's like raw, real. You're a little like either upset or you're not upset or...
Oh my gosh. I feel like I passed out.
Hey, we have enough time after to have like your recovery drink and like change quick and whatever. So it's
Grace is down for the count the whole afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, like
you guys should try it. You could do an episode right after a race, see how it goes. Maybe it'd be sweet.
A nap and like some drugs.
So
a nap and some uppers.
Yeah. So after Big Sugar, like you guys, let's talk about that race, because obviously it was so important for you boys, really, because it was three of you fighting for that top spot. Were you pretty pissed about the shortening of the race, or do you kind of understand it from?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty bummed because I really need a longer race with more hills to beat Cam, and that it was going to be hard to beat him in that finish. And Toby too. They're both such good finishers at a sprint like that, and like I also wasn't like my form in terms of like top end power was pretty bad because I was just so focused on Marathon Worlds. I was just skinny and light, and like I was, still fit, but like wasn't my sprint definitely wasn't quite there. So I was definitely bummed. I was hoping they were just going to cancel it or give us a long one. But it is what it is. And also it just was hard to like fully, I guess for me to kind of like lock in. I'd already like won Marathon Worlds and I already won the series a few times. So like as cool as it would have been to win again, I still wasn't like, once the race got shortened and changed, and it was just like, I don't know, it's like not, I don't know, wasn't fully there, I guess. Was like just going through the motions, but wasn't like the usual locked in self per se.
Yeah, that's what people were talking about on social media. They were like, is Keegan going to get bored of winning each year? What's your take on it?
I mean, like you just got to find new goals. Like at a certain point in the series, like that's why I went and did Marathon Worlds. I just need something else to chase, Yeah. It's like once you've won something a couple times or whatever, it's like it's still a big deal to win the series. Like I would have loved to win, but it's also not like I would rather have won Marathon Worlds. That does more for me, more for my career, and does more for me as myself than it does winning Lifetime again. For me, it's like I was more bummed just to miss out on the paycheck than the actual win. So, whereas like some races, like you want to win just because you want to win, the money is irrelevant, right? So,
So
I'd say that was
For this year, what would success look like for you then? Would it be to like retain that Worlds jersey, probably, or like what are your major goals for you personally?
Yeah, I mean that's a big goal. I would like to. Winning like Truck and Unbound are also really big goals, of course. It's like Unbound is still like I've won it before, but it's in the race that I still want to win again because it's gotten just faster and harder since I won it. It's harder to win now than it was. So I still feel like I want like that one's still really important to me. And then Truck was a big deal and haven't done that one, so that's definitely on the to do and want list. But yeah, it's like winning Worlds again would be super cool. That's always a tall ask to win a rainbow jersey again. But I would definitely keen to try and plan to go over with like full intent of it. But so it's hard to say what like success looks like. So I'm also like playing the teammate role sometimes too. And I'll be like, if I can help Matt win Unbound, for example, or Mads, like that would be super cool as well. So it's like, I feel like there's a few ways the season can be successful. It's not like, there's not like a singular path for it to be a good season, which is nice. Like kind of nice to have different ways to do it.
Yeah. I think it's nice to hear about, like the success of like a team working together. And it was actually funny out here in this Australian race, because obviously we're all this like Rafa pride, but we're not on the same bike brand. So then it was like, obviously Roman Bardet's out here. And then Cam was like, for a minute, like when Roman went, Cam was like, wait, so what do I do? Do I chase? No, I don't chase. Do I chase?
Yeah, because they're like, they're teammates, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
But then like, they're not both Scott, Yeah.
So, but then obviously Cam can get the Oceanic jersey. So he was like, go when you go off, it's like, but then I mean,
and that's why I meant about like teammates being convenient. It's like, like the pod riders, like they're convenient. It's teammates when it's like it wants to be, when they want to be, but they're all not always teammates. And that's the same with the Rafa guys. Like they might work as teammates sometimes, but in the end, they still want to beat each other, and they're not going to fully commit to ride for another one. So
I think in Unbound,
will race,
I feel like in a race like Unbound, it would be a different story. Like I think Cam would want that win just as much as Roman. So
Unbound's definitely different. They're not gonna. There's gonna be no like gifts there, So
how was your experience at Road Worlds a couple years ago? Did you enjoy it, or was it something like?
No, it was definitely
racing road.
Yeah, I love racing road. I wish there was. I mean, I've always thought it'd be cool if they put like some proper road racing in the Grand Prix. Like of course it's like
that shake things up.
Anyone, like some hills, like but not super long climbs. Like something like Levi's Grand Fondo is good. It's like got a lot of climbing, but like like Matt still made it over all the climbs, and he's a big guy. So it's like
there's a lot of gravel racers who go do Levi's too.
Yeah, like I think having a race like that in the series would be cool. I mean, road racing's hard because like you can't get into any of the really big races unless you're on a World Tour team, or you go to Worlds with USAC or whatever else. Yeah. But no, I enjoyed it. Like it was a little bit. Some of it was a little bit scary and hectic for me. Like just getting used to like being in a bunch that tight. Like I can do it, but it takes a lot of took a lot of mental focus. Like I feel like my heart rate was higher the whole time because I was constantly a little bit stressed. So it's one of those things where like the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. But no, I do enjoy it. I think it's cool. It's a fun discipline, and it's right now it's like still like the from top level of the sport is World Tour road. So it's like gravel's on its way up to being like a high level sport as well, but it's still like got its it's races where there's like not closed roads and like stuff like that. So it's cool to slowly see it change. But
and it just takes time. Like there's so much history with road and like the Tour de France. Like it just takes time, and I think gravel absolutely has that trajectory at this rate.
We'll see where it goes. But
it's crazy. How do you? I mean, a lot of young boys probably and like other athletes probably want to know about Keegan's training and how do you, like, for example, how would you differentiate it from Unbound or a race like Leadville? I mean, obviously it's altitude and stuff, but is there like particular things you do, more torque for one thing or top end and staying motivated?
In terms of training?
Yeah.
I mean, a race like Leadville, you just need like a really good threshold and to be able to ride at like a high percentage of your threshold for a long time. So like that race, it's just like, more threshold work, of course, altitude, like tempo and stuff like that. And then Unbound's long, and there is some of those efforts where you're like kind of doing that tempo pace, but there's still a lot of VO2 and a lot of really hard efforts, and you have to have a good sprint. So I think it's that one you do. I mean, obviously you need the volume, and but you still need the intensity as well. So it's kind of like find this balance of like volume and intensity. Like I think the first few years of Unbound, I did a lot of training, and now like I don't know, like it's kind of hard. Like maybe I didn't need quite that much, but you still need a lot, and like trying to find what the body responds best to. So I mean, everyone's different too. Like not everyone can go like pop off a 40-hour week and be fast after it. So
that's impressive. Do you have a coach, or do you coach yourself?
No, I have a coach.
Okay, you like didn't mention anything about having a coach. So I was like, wait, do you coach yourself? Because I was like, that would be impressive.
I worked with them for a long time, so I kind of know. Like, I know what we're doing. I just, I have an overall idea of what. Like, I know what I respond well to. Like I've been doing it long enough to kind of know like what I need. But I also like would do way too much if I was left to my own devices. So
I think that's the biggest thing with a coach, isn't it? It's just like helping you stay motivated, and if anything, so you don't overdo it, because otherwise you're like, oh, maybe I need to do this, and then you just. And I think that's like quite an important message to. I mean, obviously you're an idol to so many young people out there, and I mean, what would your message be to them? Because I feel like there's so many youngsters doing way too much. And like, I mean,
they see, the thing is they follow me on Strava and a lot of us, and they like see these big rides and these big weeks and this big training. And, it's like, I've been doing this for, 15 plus years of like training properly. I've been training with the power meter since I was like, 15 years old or whatever. So it's like, I feel like they don't realize how long it takes for your body to get used to training like that. And you just can't jump straight into it. It takes years and years of like building. So I think it's like, you can still do long rides. If you want to ride your bike and go for like a 7 or 8 hour ride, that's great. Like if you want to do that, make sure you recover and whatever else, but you don't have to do these massive, you don't have to train for 9 or 10 hours in order to race Unbound,
Right.
So I think it's, and that's why it's good to have a coach too, to help like make sure you're on the right path. It's like, especially juniors, like they're racing cross country. The races are only an hour long, so you don't need to ride ever longer than 2.5, 3 hours, and you don't need these huge weeks. So it's like, sometimes you're, trying to, these kids just need to find
slow
like,
down a bit.
And it's like, they're excited, but at the same time, it's like not going to make them faster, you have to like have a nice slow build. And even the kids gravel races, like if they're doing a gravel race, maybe they need to ride a little bit longer because their race is 50 miles. But they still don't need to be out riding for 6 hours. It's just not productive. So,
guys, kids, you heard it here first. Whatever kids,
quality over quantity. I guess.
Whatever kids listen to.
Listen up, kids.
I do think it's important because you're seeing so many young people just burn out and
totally
done by and actually. Bardet was actually saying that in the world tour, it's so young now, like full of youngsters. And
they're scooping up these kids at 19 years old.
They have to fight. They have to fight so hard. Like they have to, like the amount of people who are next in line, ready and willing to take their spot is hundreds deep.
And they're just going to run. I mean, they're using these riders to like either find the next Pogacar, or they're like using them to like help set up other riders to win. They're just a tool, So I think it's like, it is, there is like, they're all replaceable. There's always some other kid who's going to be just as good and is willing to suffer more or train harder. So it's,
I think you're like, another point I always think, I'm like, you're so used to winning and so used to always, like, it's true.
How does it feel? Just how does it feel?
but I think, like, we're all human. You must have days where when you're training, you're like, I don't want to fucking do this today. Or do you not? Like, are you not human?
I mean, I'm always happy to train, I guess. Like there's certain workouts and I'm like, that looks like it's going to be kind of hard or whatever. But I feel like I love training. Like I feel like for me, that's like that's like one of the key reasons I love racing. I just love like the process of training and like getting ready for these events. No, it's not always fun. Sometimes it sucks, or if it's like rainy and cold or whatever.
But I think that's it. You've got to enjoy the process, and that's probably why you are successful. I think that's the biggest thing, isn't it? It's like making sure you're a happy athlete whilst you're doing it. Otherwise, and like you
have to enjoy at least. I feel like at least like 90% of it, and the other 10% can be like a really shitty blue collar kind of job feeling. But I think most of it has to be like you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy like the process and enjoy the suffering and enjoy like kind of having to like live a pretty like basic life in terms of like you can't always be going out and this and that, and you have to go to bed early. But like all that's like I love all that, the whole like process. So
do you have an Oura ring
that's
too?
why
I
No.
interrupted.
Well, I've tried one, but it hasn't really like worked for me very well. So
That's fair.
yeah.
Sorry, you go, Grace.
Well, I was going to ask a question based off of work. So if you weren't a pro cyclist, what do you think you would be doing right now?
I don't know. Hopefully I'd be a pro athlete doing something else, I guess. That was what I told myself. You know, I didn't really make any other plans. Like from when I was like 16, I was like, yeah, I want to be a professional like athlete.
Great.
And then I was like, I'm going to be a bike racer.
So
and just like kind of found a way to make it happen, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess there wasn't really a plan B.
I feel like you're like the type of person to be like a half pipe skier or something.
I did downhill ski race.
Did you?
Before. So like, I did like proper downhill ski racing, like Super G, GS, slalom, whatever. I did a bit of Nordic racing too.
Oh, wow.
So maybe a bit of snow
That's
sports.
That's like cross training as well.
Yeah. No, I love it. It's good. Don't get to do much of it anymore, but yeah.
Obviously you and Sophia are both so amazing and, you know, both going for these wins all the time. But like, how is it for you when one of you maybe has a shit race and one of you, like, is it hard sometimes to like pick each other up, or are you pretty good at, I don't know, just getting through it all? Because
I mean, yeah, like it's nice when at least like one of us is having success, you know, because then it feels like the race wasn't a total loss. Probably the only time it's been like
dinner.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the one like, you know, Sophia said she struggled with was like when I was having a really bad epic.
Yeah.
Like she just like didn't even know what to say. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't like, I don't expect you to like, there's not a thing you can say. Like it just sucks. Like I don't even want to be here, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, that one seemed kind of hard for her because every day, like, you know, they were, you know, on the podium or winning stages and I'd come back and be like, another day just like getting absolutely hammered in the ground and we lost and maybe I'll just not start tomorrow. So I think that was like for her, that was kind of hard because she didn't know. And I just kind of closed up. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I already like thought about it for however long the race was. And then afterward, it was like, I don't really want to talk about how shitty the race was. So it was like this, you know, I'm not like open about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like for the most part, someone's always, you know. Yeah.
Someone's always winning.
Hopefully.
It's like, all right.
Not winning, but at least like having a good day, you know. Like at Unbound, like, at least like Sophia was like, she's in the race for the podium or whatever. Whereas I was like way on the ground out there crashing and stuff like that. So at least there's like success sometimes and it doesn't. So
I have loved watching Sophia open up over the last couple years, and you can see even like the start and finish line photos, whether, you know, she won or not. I feel like she's opened up and we can see how much fun she's having just being there and racing. And I feel like, I don't know, that's been nice to see too. And going back to the process and enjoying it, like so much can go wrong out there. So once you get there, right, like do everything you can and, you know, take advantage of every opportunity, but also like you have to do your best to just try and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what the race is, like if things don't quite go to plan, like not everything's in your control. So if like, you know, as long as the legs were good and like you can at least like check off the boxes that like, oh, like it was good. I made like this mistake here that caused me to crash, or this is why I flatted, or it's just like bad luck, like a flat or whatever, or someone else takes you out. Like either way, like you can find like something to be positive about and find like why the race was still good and figure out how to make it better next time, I guess. But
it's like an interesting balance because results can sometimes feel so fleeting. Like you can win the biggest race of your life and then kind of, you know, it's not in the news as much the next week and there's not as much chatter about it. So you have to like, I don't know, soak it in no matter how many times you win, but also like there's always the next one. And I listened to your Specialized podcast too, and just like, you know, you have your goal and once you check that box, you just make your next goal. And I feel like that's what you have to do. You have to just keep moving forward and setting those goals and the bar higher and higher. So it's cool to hear that you want to go back to Worlds and retain that rainbow band with Marathon Worlds and give Gravel Worlds another go. I think I love watching our American cyclists compete at the highest levels. That's always a treat.
it's the top, and I feel like in the previous years I gotten kind of close. Like gravel worlds, I was fourth or fifth that one year. Marathon worlds a couple of years before that, I was like sixth or seventh. So like I gotten like close enough to like have enough I knew I could do it if like everything fell into place, the legs were good and wherever else. So I felt like there was enough like optimism and like in a way like you have to have that oh, what's that word I'm looking for? But anyway, enough like self I don't know, positivity. But anyway, have to like have an idea that you can do it because I've been there and like racing World Cups and whatever. I was like, I'm not going to go unless I have a shot at actually performing. I've got my teeth kicked in enough times that like unless I know I can like have a result that I want to do, then and be confident in it, then it's not really wasn't worth it. So
do you think you'll feel the pressure more this year, or does that not really being on the off-road team, or
he's not
really
phased? Are you not phased?
I think less. I think there's like, to me, it seems like there's a lot less pressure now. Because it felt like in the past, like the last few years, like I was kind of the one I always expected to get the results and to to pull it through for the team. And now it's like, oh, like Matt can win, Sophia can win. Like there's so many like, I just feel like there's not as much pressure on each individual because as a team, as long as someone has success, then like I mentioned earlier, like be on the ride, like for Matt, like, we ridden a little bit together in the past at Levi's and these other races where we kind of had a sort of an alliance, but like be on the like fully ride for each other is like, it's cool because then it's like the pressure is a way relieved because in a way like Matt was like my biggest competitor, he was like, in my mind was like the biggest threat of like anyone out there I was racing against. So like now being able to race together, it seems like there's a lot less pressure having to like, it's spread out even. And then you have Sophia on the women's side of like, even if Matt and I mess up and blow it and one of us doesn't race or win and or get on the podium or whatever, if Sophia does, and it still feels like there was success for the weekend, which is cool.
Yeah.
So I'd say there's less pressure, and now it's like I've got time, like I have signed a 3-year contract and I don't feel like I'm like, have that immediate pressure of like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, do I need a job,
Right. Yeah.
So in the end, that's like what it is.
Yeah.
Like I love racing, but in the end, they also see you're just merely a marketing tool. And if you aren't performing and you aren't doing what you're paid to do, then why would they pay you? So, that's nice to have that. It's just the reality, though. I don't think a lot of athletes think about that. They don't realize that like we're just tools for every brand, whether it's like for social media or whatever else. Even if you're a privateer, like you have more of it's like a bigger safety net, if you have your own program built. But in the end, you're still just like you're just marketing budget, so you have to make sure you're delivering
for a reason.
That's why we're 1099 and not employees.
Exactly.
So
it's very true.
So they can just gone.
Okay, well, you did text me when we were planning the podcast, and you said that you could throw some shade about Dylan with the drop bars and him being sad.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be. I mean, he likes to claim he was why drop bars, came to Leadville, but I feel like I kind of did it first. I just didn't race him that first year, and then I made him cooler. But no, I think I don't know. Like I meant, like Payson said, like I was kind of the one saying we should get rid of him because it just like it's harder for everyone, and I feel like Dale will just be sad, but it's like less content, less YouTube things to talk about.
Wait, so what do you mean it's harder for everyone?
Well, people don't have the same budget, right?
Yeah, it's like you need a whole different bike and you need someone to put the bike together. And like, because I was riding a medium with drop bars and a large on the mountain bike. So, and most guys were doing the same thing. They were sizing down. So then you have to like get the second bike built up. And then if you don't have a second bike, then you have to build a bike for Leadville and you have to unbuild it for Little Sugar, unless you're going to race drop. And if you're going to race drop bars at Schwalm again, you have to like have the bike again. And then you have the old amateur side of like, it's just not safe for them. They see us doing it and they think they need to do it.
The amateurs definitely shouldn't be like, don't get me wrong, I'm an amateur, so I can't really shit talk them right now. But I would never, like I feel like that's
what are you going to do? You have to put like drop bars on to save, like to do like 8 hours and 40 minutes versus 8 hours and 38 minutes, maybe. And like, I would argue they would be slower on drop bars because they're scary. Like they're not fun to descend on, you know? So I think that it's like, there's also that side of like, it just doesn't need to be done. And they're just not cool. Like they don't look good. Our sport's already like not that cool from the outside view. So like, I think that like we need to keep it looking as cool as we can, which means just keeping flat bars on mountain bikes. I did it just because I wanted to go faster and it was faster, but like the conditions were never good enough for me to go faster than my time on flat bars. So it didn't end up really mattering, but like, in theory, they are a lot quicker. That's why we all did it. And it just became like, you know, Payson kind of called it an arms race, which is true. Cause like some brands might not make a bike that's going to fit with drop bars for a certain rider. And like, it is pretty hard to get the fit right. And then you have to deal, you know, before, you know, like SRAM has always been easier with like mixing groups, but before like Shimano didn't have anything. And it was like, you had to like mismatch all these parts. So
Pinarello's like rolling in the grave right now.
Oh my God.
I know. You love to see it though. Yeah.
On Pink Bike, it literally like, there was like 3 on the top, like when you went on to Pink Bike, and the bottom one was the Pinarello drop bar release, and then the middle one was like some random one, and then the one on top was Lifetime Band drop bars. And I was like, perfect timing.
That's so funny.
So I mean, it's like just ride your gravel bike if you want drop bars, I guess.
Well, so it's like, but you can't. Well, I was trying to think about that the other night, but then I was like, wait, no, because you would have to ride flat bars anyways. But isn't this going to be like the time trial bars and how Pete Stetina? Do you feel like Pete Stetina now, you and Payson, do you guys feel like the Karens of mountain bike?
I mean, not really. I mean, yes and no, I guess. No, because I think no one wanted the drop bars. When I posted my bike the first time, like there was so much hate for like, why are you putting these bars on? Like it looks stupid. That's on a mountain bike.
Haters are good.
And then we get rid of the bar. We try and get rid of them, and now everyone wants them back. So I don't know, but it's like
I think that's just the internet for you, right? It's just like anything you do, someone will troll you for something.
You just have to troll them back.
But it's more just like for me, it's just a simplicity thing. Like it's just all they have to do. I actually asked them, I was like, "Can you guys?" Before I even brought the bike, I was like, "What if we just ban these right now, so I don't even have to put these on my bike? Because I'm going to do it. I want to make sure it was okay." And they weren't going to like ban them after I got the setup right and trained on it. And I was like, "You can ban them right now."
Every mechanic is so happy that they've been back. It's the right job, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, you just swap the hood, put the hoods on, and run the brake lines, and then like I said, you have to like fuss with the stem and the stack, and
but though also the hot take is that do you think that putting your hands on your flight attendant like Kate did is safe?
No, it's not safe, and it's not fast. So I don't know why. We'll leave it at that. But
that's actually marginal gains is such an interesting topic now, and I think it's obviously spoken about so much now because, like, I suppose everyone's getting closer to each other instead of speed. The speed. When you look at like the first Unbound you did, is it just like night and day to now? Like,
I mean, the first one I did, I raced like I was on 40 mil slicks. Like, just horrible. Yeah.
Those are my road tires now.
Yeah. So, I like to throw some shade at Dylan for his drop bars, but he did at least convince everyone to faster, bigger tires are.
There you go. It's a trade-off.
So, yeah. But no, yeah, it is crazy how quick it's like kind of evolved from what we were racing just a few years ago, And now now in my mind, a 45 is a pretty small tire.
Yeah. How much more, like, I know Leadville is still a premier race for you. How much more, like, can you develop your bike and optimize your bike, do you think, for that race? Or do you think you've kind of hit that limit? Or do you think now with Specialized and having that top-down equipment support opens the doors to continue to optimize your setup for a race like Leadville?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think there's a lot of a lot of meat left on that bone at Leadville. Like you said, especially with Specialized now, I think like, I can get in the wind tunnel on the mountain bike and mess with clothing and different, even though there's flat bars, I think there's still ways to make the bike faster, myself faster.
Yeah.
And then, every year I'm like, I can push better here. I can push more here. I need to go a little easier in this area. So I feel like, and I'm also getting better at pacing and riding in more aerodynamic positions, and like bike equipment can also just get lighter, right? There's like free speed at Leadville. So no, I think there's definitely like, even without drop bars, there's ways you can still get faster.
Do you think you'll be wearing the Vade for all the races, or do you think you'll still like want a vintage helmet?
Unless it's super hot, I race in like the Giro helmet, I was wearing the Aero helmet almost all the time. So
Yeah.
I think Marathon Worlds is one of the only races I didn't use the Aero helmet at.
Okay. Have you got a time in your mind for Leadville? Or just to beat it? Or is there like a...
I mean, be cool to go like get in the 5:30s or something, or go under 5:30.
Crazy.
I don't know. I haven't, need to see what's possible, but I just want to go faster than I did.
Yeah.
That's the one race where like you said, like you don't get, like, it's just like, for me, it's more of now I just want to see how fast I can do it, just because it's I don't know. I'm just fascinated with that race. I really like it, and it suits me. So
have you done much wind tunnel stuff before the Specialized, or is this really like a new thing?
No, that was my first. That was my first time in a wind tunnel. So
wait, really?
Lots of good info. And you probably, how much have you tested like apparel then? Probably not much. If you haven't
not a ton. Yeah, we just did. I just did some just other stuff. I didn't do a ton of stuff with apparel. So there's still more to be done.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I'm glad I'm not male in the your peloton. That's for sure. So good. Do you actually coach anyone yourself, or like I bet you get people asking you all the time? Can you coach me?
I work with a junior and kind of a younger like Devo rider. He's like 20.
Oh, amazing.
Is he 20, 22? For me, it's just like kind of fun, a way like to take my mind off my own training and life and stuff, and and I feel like it makes me better as an athlete too, to have that outside perspective. Like I can learn stuff coaching that I can apply to myself, and vice versa, but for me, it's more just like kind of a hobby and like something to do on the side. That's,
for sure.
2 riders it's not like I'm making much money coaching 2 riders, so it's just for me, it's just like a fun thing to do, and potentially that's something to do like down later, as like retirement thing or whatever else. So it's kind of good to
retirement. Oh, okay. Like after racing. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were talking about like retirement, like when you're 65. Because I'm thinking like normal person retirement, like 65.
Corporate daddy.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Hopefully I'm not racing when I'm that old.
Yeah, Keegan's like, I'm retiring way before then.
Way before then.
Yeah, how many Leadvilles is it until it's like, that's enough now?
I don't know. We'll see.
Wait, how old are you?
31.
Oh, dang. I could have striked you for like 27.
Oh, it's good. Sophia said I looked older after I shaved my head, so.
Was that just was the shaving the head thing? Is that just new season, new team?
I just was like kind of sick of the hair. I was like, I'll just get rid of it and see, let it grow until where I like it, and I'll leave it there for a bit. Run it shave for a while.
New year.
What's the next tattoo plan? Any skull tattoos?
I don't know. I got to finish off this arm. It's got a little bit of space left.
Okay.
On the right.
You're not going to be like an Iron Man person and get an S on you.
Ooh.
An S.
Oh my God.
You have to.
I do have the SRAM frog, but it doesn't have any,
cool.
actual logos.
Oh my gosh.
But, and I'm always scheming. I got all sorts of tattoo ideas.
It's just 2 big red S's on the calves. How much calf space do you have?
Keegan, have you seen that guy? We talk about him all the time.
I've seen him. There's a different guy. There's one in Tucson.
I think there's a few of them.
He's got a big red S on his calf.
I mean, no, this guy it's like all black.
Oh.
What, the S?
Right? Yeah. On back of both of his calves.
On
right?
the back of both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're black. I don't actually remember, but I do know they're on both.
I literally think that they're all black. He's committed.
Yeah, that's a lot of commitment. Especially for someone who's probably not getting paid by Specialized.
Yeah, literally. If you're a real one, you would get the boobs or arrow tattoo.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That's Danny's next one. She's gonna get it on her cheek.
Oh yeah.
One on each.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a teardrop.
But it's a boob.
Yeah. I feel like I mean, you would probably say I was like, I'm not gonna get any more, and then you just like, maybe one more. And
I've definitely never said that. I've definitely always been like, you can keep.
I remember
going.
the first one I got, and then I've just accepted this is I just call my doodle arm now. Like this arm, I can do whatever.
I love that.
I like. My next one will be like a bangle. I think this was a big sugar plant.
And tie it all together.
Yeah,
it's like a nice project.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, Sophia was saying how when she came on the pod, she thought she'd get the Olympic rings, and then she still hasn't got one. I'm impressed considering you haven't convinced her yet.
I would think I've tried. She just so much hate. So much hate.
She would look good with tattoos because she's tan.
I know.
And I feel like they look good on tan people. Like I'm pale, and
the pale is also good because you can any color you want, any shade. You can see it all well.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the white tattoos look cool.
Yeah.
Is your plan now then just to stay in Tucson until you go to Cape, or?
We'll go over to Spain for team camp in Sandoval, and then the other UCI race, and then I'll go straight to Africa from there.
Oh, you're doing the UCI the week after?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair.
Yeah. So,
nice.
Yeah. It'll be a big trip, but be good.
Who watches your dog?
I don't know. That's a Sophia question. We've got it figured out. But when we're back in Utah, my parents watch him. And then here, we have a couple different dog sitters, or like friends will stay at the house and watch him. So yeah, luckily he's a pretty easy dog. So
yeah, he looks spoiled dog.
Yeah, he's spoiled.
A good boy. He's a good trail dog.
I like his leash that says "I'm a bit of a dick." I think you posted a photo of that yesterday or the other day, and I was like, "Wait, that's so funny."
I posted that the other day. It's nice because it keeps people. Because he's not very nice to other dogs sometimes. It's nice to like keep his distance.
Keep the distance.
Yeah, and honestly, then people will stop asking to pet your dog.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
I'm the problem. I'm always like, can I pet your dog? Like, shamelessly.
But no, he bites. You don't want to pet him.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, yeah, but you can.
Well, I think we'll wrap it up there so you can go chill. But we really appreciate you coming off on the podcast.
Yeah. It was fun.
And looking forward to seeing what Specialized Off-Road does next year. No doubt dominating. But yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah,
we're excited
thank you.
to watch.
You guys too.
Thank you.